Yo, what's up YouTube? Tigz here, bringing you guys another Scare from Tarkov update video. In today's update video, we're actually going to be going over the new items that have been added to the game. I'm going to be making this a multi-series of all of the stuff. Today's video, we're going to mainly be going over the items, and then in the next videos, gun builds, the guns, etc, etc. So, first of all, before we get into it, as you guys can see by the thumbnail, the clickbait, these are the two big items. I'm going to quickly be talking about why I think they're OP, and as well as all the other items as well. So, without a doubt, the best thing that's come to the game right now is this item right here. This is called the Injector Case. You can pick this up for around 600k from Therapist. This case is so overpowered, guys. One slot that gives 16 slots. Now, let me explain why I think it's overpowered. So, you go into labs, you go to green, black, and blue, any of the stim rooms. You go in any of those rooms, and I can guarantee you're going to fill this case up within the first run. If you are the first person there to that point of interest, it's going to reward you greatly. Why? Because you're able to put all the stims in your container. Even if you die and lose your kit, those stims are going to pay off the key card, which is huge, right? That's massive. Also, there's the added benefit of this stim case being a utility tool for you being able to, play the game more easily and have quality of life. For example, you can propitols, morphines, mule stims, SJ6s, SJ1s, melatoninins, and all of those stims inside this container to use to your advantage in PvP scenarios. So that alone should tell you that this is probably the best item they've added to the game, in my opinion. And like I said, it has the added bonus of being able to make you money very, very easily. And it also encourages you to actually move to the points of interest, like Black Room and Green Room, so you can get the stims first, which I think is a great way to incentivize PvP in a way. So yeah, that is the Injector Case. Very good addition to the game, 10 out of 10 in my opinion. Now, moving on to the other thing. This is called the key card holder. This is also a great addition to the game. Obviously not as good as the Injector Case, but I still think it's a great addition. Now, I'll explain to you why. So, it has 16 slots. It takes up only one slot, and you can put your key cards in it. The drawback of this is you can't put your keys in there, like the weapon testing key and the manager's office key, because they're actually keys and not key cards. But you can put labs access cards and just colored cards in general. So you could fill this up pretty much with all those keys, which I think is a great thing. Also, the added bonus of this is you can put this inside a docs case like so and save even more slots, which is more efficiency, which I think is amazing. You can pick this up for around 500k. You can also barter trade it for around 400k depending on the flea market prices. As of right now, the flea market prices are skewed because the economy is not stabilized. But yeah, guys, that is the key card and the Injector Case. These are the two best items I think that have been added to the game this wipe, in my opinion. Now we're going to move on to all the other things. So, as you can see right here, we have the Jack Bike Hunting Boonie Hat. Unfortunately, guys, you cannot wear this with a headset, condors, or a balaclava. You can only wear it by itself. As you can see, this is what it looks like right there. Very, very cool for people that like to snipe and, role play a little bit, which I think is very, very cool. As you guys can see here, we're also wearing the new jacket, the puffer jacket. This is 1.3 million rubles from Bragman, and you also need level 37 to be able to unlock this jacket. This is what the jacket looks like by itself, guys, if you haven't seen it already. Obviously, I'm working on getting the pants, but right now, guys, I don't really have too many rubles, so I'm trying to get the pants as soon as possible. But I think it's a very cool jacket, and I'm glad BSG's adding more cosmetics to the game. Now, moving back into the Boonie talk, I honestly think BSG in the future will probably plan on adding more camo-based clothing like this for people that like to snipe. So maybe in the future, you might see ghillie suits at some point soon. So that'd be really, really cool. Now, moving on to the other items. As you can see here, guys, we have some grenades for you. We have a smoke grenade, a flash grenade, and 2 impact grenades. These grenades basically do the same thing. Here's the stats for them if you're curious. They are very, very strong, and I'm going to show you right now. As you guys know, there is actually a new grenade animation now. If you want to throw nades, you can't just nade spam. You have to press G. Let's do this. So you bind 5, pull out the grenade. This is the RGO grenade, as you can see right here. It explodes on impact, which is very, very broken. And I'm going to explain something else to you in just a second. This is the RGO. Now, what's good about these grenades? So, if you guys didn't know, you can actually buy them from Propor level 3. You can buy 2 per reset, and you can also barter trade 2 per reset as well, which I think is very, very overpowered. I think BSG is probably going to tune these in the future, so make sure you look out for that and start stocking up now. These are very, very, very overpowered, and they're going to make questing very easy. Now, this is the new flashbang that's been added to the game. I think this is a great addition as well, as flashbangs don't really get used too much. It's very similar to an impact grenade. It doesn't explode instantly, but it's got a 1.5 second fuse time, so it's pretty fast. This is what this looks like. You can also get these from Propor for very cheap as well. As you can see, we are flashed. The flashbang's pretty strong, and it has quite a big range on it. So I think that's great for PvP and PvP scenarios. As like I said, flashbangs don't really get used too much in this game. So this is going to be really cool to spice up the PvP meta, in my opinion. Now, moving on to the smoke grenade. This is a new smoke grenade that's been added. I think the smoke grenade is amazing for Tarkov. It actually works pretty well, and honestly, I hope it stays relevant in the meta. We'll have to wait and see, obviously, because long-range distances, smoke grenades tend to bug out and can be exploited quite easily. As you can see, guys, the green smoke is actually dispersing. It's pretty thick, as you can see. I'm not able to actually see anything through the smoke as it gets thicker. Obviously, the lighting's a little bit buggy on it, which is a bit annoying, but it does a pretty good job. I don't think Factory's the best map for the smoke grenade. I think it will definitely shine on other maps, but we'll have to wait and see how this thing works out. Now, moving on to items. So, as you guys can see, we have two scopes here. The Vortex and the Schmidt. In my opinion, Vortex is going to take the crown for the best scope in Tarkov, without a doubt. And I'm going to show you exactly why in just a second. So if we come back here, guys, I'm going to show you the ADS of the scope. Look how clean this scope is, guys. It's a red dot with hardly any clutter on the screen at all. The double zoom is the exact same way, and the sensitivity is perfect. It doesn't get affected at all. Just a note, guys, scopes like this and the Voodoo have double rendering issues, which basically means there'll be less performance with your game. You'll lose frame rate when you ADS with them, which is an engine issue. I think eventually BSG will fix this at some point. So if you've ever used these scopes and you had low frames, that is why. So that was the Vortex, guys. You can pick this up for around 70k. Now this is the Schmidt scope, which comes by standard on the G28 when you buy it. Honestly, a very clean scope. I like the mill dots that it's got. It's going to help you out with zeroing and stuff. I think this is really cool, as you can see. Problem is with the scope, guys, is it's very sensitive in the terms of the fact that when I ADS and try and move, it's very, very slow. Very, very slow compared to the other one. So this needs to be fixed, and it also has the same issue as double rendering. It also does have a big, like, eye relief on it, which is kind of frustrating, as you can see. Kind of blocks some of the vision. But overall, I think it's a good scope, and I'm glad they added more stuff like this to the game. Now, moving on, guys, we also have the new laser. There's actually two new lasers. Oh, sorry, two new rangefinders. So this is the Vortex Ranger, as you can see. It's very sensitive, as you guys will notice when using it. It'll be very, very like fast sensitivity-wise. But it does a very good job of giving the range, obviously, and I'm glad BSG has added this to the game. This is going to help, you know, these long-range encounters with sniping people. So Vortex is definitely a W for the game. You get this around 20,000 rubles. Now moving on to the other rangefinder. So as you guys can see right here, this is the laser rangefinder, which I think is really cool. You've got a rangefinder built in to the actual rangefinder, which I think is sick. So you can, one, have IR lasers, and two, you can read the range, which I think is a very cool feature. So those are the two new ones. That you can pick up for around 24,000 rubles as well, which I think is great. Very cheap, and I think you're going to see this used a lot in the meta. If you guys were wondering why I'm not showcasing the guns and stats, I'll be making another video on this some point soon. So make sure you stay tuned for that, like and comment. And then we're going to quickly finish off these last few items here for you guys. So, med tools, you can pick this up for around 300k. So if you find these guys, you can make bank with these right now on the flea market. So make sure you sell these if you find them. These are used for the hideout. Matches, no, I don't have the matches, but there's a thing called hunting matches right now. They are going for millions and millions of rubles. So if you find hunting matches, guys, make sure you list them on the market for like keys and stuff. They are super rare and they are needed by everybody for quests. So make sure you keep your eye out for the hunting matches. This is just an example, by the way. New military tube that's been added. This is for the hideout. I picked this up for around 500k off the flea market. This, I think, exclusively spawns on Lighthouse, so make sure you keep your eye out for that. This is also a great money-making item, so make sure you grab these and sell them. There is also a new pipe grip wrench. This is also another hideout item. You can quick sell these for 80-ish-k, and they go on the market for around 100k. The Bulbex cable cutter, it's the same as well. You find these on labs as well, chat. Sorry, guys, you can find these on labs as well, and Lighthouse. These go for around quick sell 80k as well. These are just basic hideout items. Now, quickly, before moving on, we're going to go on to the new ammos. I was going to leave this for another video, but I thought I'd include it anyway, just to help you guys. So, there's a new Val round, and there's a new 545 AK round. Now, The new AK round, the 545 one, is actually amazing. It comes with 52 flesh damage and 44 penetration. The penetration's a little bit lacking for a 545 round, but the flesh damage is what's going to help you kill raiders in one shot to the head, which I think is huge. That is why you don't see this gun used too much, these rounds used too much on labs, like the AKs and stuff, is because they can't one-tap raiders and they have a pretty hard job of killing them. So this round right here is going to be definitely used a lot more, I think, and I think this is a great addition to the game from BSG. Now moving on to the new Val round that's been added. As you guys know, the Val is very, very strong. The new Val round actually comes with 58 penetration and 62 flesh damage, which is absolutely insane, guys. This is another round that I think is going to be very, very strong if people use this. And as far as I know right now, I think you can buy it off the flea market, but I think BSG is planning to remove them from the flea market. So it may become as found in raid only. So those are the two new rounds that have been added to the game. These are both very good rounds in my opinion. And that is that for those items. And there's also, guys, two new backpacks that have been added to the game. There's the LBT. It's basically like a bigger version of the Baku. Has 25 slots, and you can pick it up for around 50,000 rubles. And there's also the T20 backpack, which is the same slots for some reason, but has way bigger space inside the backpack, which is kind of annoying. But yeah, two new backpacks. I think this is really cool. And yeah, more variety is good for the game in my opinion. So yeah, overall guys, that is the rundown of the new items in Tarkov. Like I said, stay tuned for more videos coming soon for all the other stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe. That will help me out a ton. I'm live every day on Twitch grinding for Kappa right now. We are putting like 15 hours in a day. So if you want to come by and support and enjoy the stream, you're more than welcome to. It's twitch.tv/Tigz with a Z. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care.